Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Dire Panda, and today we're gonna be making salsa. Not just any salsa, mango salsa. Why mango salsa? Because some people don't know how to make it. So I'm gonna be going through step-by-step instructions for this mango salsa. Now while I'm doing this, I'm gonna plug in my phone first. Because my phone is a charge. So, like always, you're supposed to have your hair pulled back if it's long, obviously. You're supposed to wash your hands, which I already did. Soap and water, hot water. Not a good idea if you have a cold or anything to be cutting this stuff. Or if you're drunk. So what you need is cilantro, mangoes, tomatoes, onion, and garlic. Now, why garlic? Because it adds a little more extra flavoring to that salsa, and it gives it more flavor, which is then a good thing. Now, what do you want to do with cilantro? You want to just pull off the leaves one. I know it's going to be a long time, but it's easier not to get the scent in than have a stem, which will not be a good flavor to have in the So, while I do this, you guys can do anything, so, yeah. Alright, so since that is all done, the angle is now better for you to see. What you want to do is center your cilantro on the board, and you're just going to take, not really a sharp knife, you don't need a knife like this, obviously. It's like cutting through leaves, which is pretty easy, and you're just gonna take a clump of cilantro and slide through and move your fingers while you're doing this so you don't cut your fingers. That's why I'm pushing it down, and I'm doing this like sort of claw thing with my fingers here. And once you get this all done, you collect those pieces and you cut it again. You do that multiple times, so yeah. Okay, so since I'm done with that, you should have a bowl to put this in, and you just slide it off of your plate or cutting board. Now, if you do have some big pieces left, that's a-okay. It doesn't have to be really tiny, just as tiny as you want it. It doesn't really matter. You could just put them in like full pieces from the get-go. But I'm gonna move on to our next step, which is putting this in a bowl. Then we're gonna move on to the garlic. Okay, so for the garlic, you want 2 to 3 of these big pieces. So I'm gonna do 3. Now, if you do have to cough, please cough away from the food. Now, all you have to do is cut off the bottom, which is kind of hard, but you want to cut it a little bit more, so you don't have this brown stuff from the bottom of your thing, your garlic clove, in your salsa. Now, these do have skin on it, so you have to peel away the skin, which should be pretty easy. And you just do all of that, all of those things to all of your garlic cloves and so on. Okay, since I'm done with that, you just take those scraps and put them off to the side so they don't get back into your salsa. So if you have a cup to put this in, like a red Solo cup, grab it now, which I'm gonna do. And what you do is put a Ziploc bag over the cup. So if you want to use this cup, then you can. So you just take your Ziploc bag, you open it, you stick it inside the cup, you take the green, and you pull it over the side of the cup. So it's like that, and it's like a garbage can. So when you're done with that, cleaning up your area, you take the back of your knife, which is this part, the handle, and you crush these, which you have to put all your muscle into. And you don't have to crush them too much, just so they're nice cloves that are smushed. Yeah. And after when you're done with that, you take your clove and you just cut it a little bit. So they're separate, and then, yeah. So once you're done with that, you scrape it into the bowl and repeat. Well, don't repeat it because you have 3 cloves and you already did one of them, so repeat it to the other 2 until the next step. Now, if you're done cutting your cloves, you can just scrape them off into your bowl. Now, if you don't like garlic, you don't have to put garlic in. If you're a vampire, please don't put garlic in. Yes, I do believe in vampires. There are some that I know. Not really. I'm not sure if they're just their teeth or their, like, inputs into their mouth. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the onion, which you have to peel the onion first. Yeah. Okay, once you're done peeling your onion, you cut the side off, which I don't think you really need a very sharp knife for this, but my knife is not working that well, so when you're doing this, you want to kind of create a claw so you don't nip the top of your fingers or cut off a finger, because if you're cutting like this, you can't really hit anything. If you're cutting like that, you're definitely gonna cut your finger. Now, since I cut that side off, I'll try cutting this one a little more off. There we go. So you don't want too much onion, you just want a layer or two. So I'm gonna just take a triangle, good sized triangle piece out of this one, which is about that much. And you're gonna dice this. Now, how do you dice the onions? What I do is I'll just go like that. Actually, you're supposed to mince it, but I just go like this. And I cut it like that. And then I go like this. And I cut it down like that. Kind of like basically how I did the cilantro, and you'll just take it into the middle and you'll just do that. And you'll just keep on doing it until you get the smaller pieces that you really want. Now, you really want these to be small, or else they take up a lot of room, and then they'll be more flavorful this way. If you want, you could get a big, huge knife if you really want. And if you're experienced with huger knives, you can just take it and go like this across the onions. But since I'm not that experienced, I just use a smaller knife, and I just kind of do what I'm doing right now. Now, since I don't want that much onion, I'm gonna toss that big piece over there, over to the side. Now, when you get the small pieces that you really want, and you're really satisfied with your cut, then you could just toss it in the bowl. Alright, since I'm done with that, I'm going to move on to my tomatoes, which I'm only going to use one tomato for. Now, if you don't really want to make a lot of mango salsa, you can just use one mango. You don't have to use two, because then you create less that way. For my tomatoes, I normally cut off their butt, and then I cut off their head, which is not usually how you're supposed to do it. And you're supposed to dice the tomatoes, which is basically circular cuts first, which is what I'm doing right now. You take them and you put them down separately. Just go like that. Yeah, so you're gonna have to clean your board after this, which is fine. So you just keep on doing that to all your tomatoes, and then you put them in the bowl. So this is a lot of tomato. That's why I didn't do two. If you do not want this a lot, you could just put this in a baggie and save some for later, which I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna split it in half here, kinda. And this half is gonna go into my bowl. Now this isn't a waste of tomatoes because you can just use these tomatoes. If you do decide that you do want all of it in, you could just scoop up the tomatoes and basically put it all in your bowl. But it's kind of hard to scoop them because they're wet. And the mangoes, normally I just slice them, like, if they're not ripe, that's okay. They don't have to be. It's better off that way than starting with a ripe tomato. I meant mango, which is all the way green. It should be orange if you want to, you know, refrigerate this for a long time. You can't really because it's green already. Now what I'm doing is I'm basically just going around, and once I get all the way around, I just twist the mango until I get it out like that. And for this, basically you'll need a spoon, which I don't have right now. So I'm gonna go get my spoon, which I should have had in the beginning of the video. And you're just gonna scoop out the mango, basically. Kind of like a kiwi. Away from the skin. You do not want any skin. I don't think you can really technically eat mango skin. Now if you want to, that's your choice, not mine. I'm not gonna stop you. You can eat the mango skin. That's fine by me. But you just can't sue me because I said I don't think it will hurt you. It might, but I don't know. So this is why I had a cup nearby. So you want your mango kind of like this, and you just take it, you go like this, basically. You just kind of, so I didn't wash my board at all, which is okay. You don't have to wash your board. You should, but you really don't have to. If it's especially going to get mixed all together anyway. But when you're done with everything, you definitely should clean your board, clean your knife, and I'll show you a safe way to clean your knife. Now you kind of want your mango kind of like that. If you don't, you kind of just can run through a little bit, mash it up, and create more juice for your salsa, which is good for the salsa because salsa needs a lot of juice. It kind of looks weird on camera right now. So when you're done with that, you kind of just scoop out the seed if you can, which is in the middle, or you can scoop around the seed and maybe the seed will come out, but who really knows? I don't, definitely. But you could also just squeeze it out like I just did. I know definitely you cannot eat the seed. It's impossible to eat the seed of a mango, I think. I think it would be impossible to eat the seed of the mango. And if you're a little child doing this, I suggest not to, and go get your parent right now and have them help you do this. If you're not a little child and you're like 16 or older, I would still have your parent close by, and just in case. If you're just now working on your new skills and stuff for a cooking class in high school, I would highly suggest a parent, but not really. You don't really need one at that age. But I would suggest one to be close by and just in case, or at home and just in case. Now when you're done with this, you just scoop it right into this bowl right here. Sorry about that. You scoop it in, or you just kind of shake down the board. Now when you're done with that, you should clean up your area and put the knife on the side of the dishwasher or sink or wherever it could be safe, and you grab your spoon that you had scooped everything, the mango out of. You take that and you stir up your salsa. You stir it up. Now, if you really do want to taste your salsa to see if it's any good, you can just do that much and taste it. Now, don't use the same bowl, I meant the same spoon, to scoop out your salsa into a bowl. So that is it for this video, and I hope y'all liked it. Thanks. Give it a good thumbs up if it's good and you like the salsa. If you don't want mangoes, you can not include mangoes. It will just basically be normal salsa then. So, thank y'all for watching. Hope you like this video. Subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.